Check, check sound. Sound, sound, sound. Sam, is that you already hanging out, lurking? I'll be with you here in a minute. Oh, quick draw. Gotta set up my wet palette, which I haven't used in a few weeks. I've been on a break, enjoying life. Through the ad wall. Hey man, I manually ran the first ad just so people for the first hour so I don't have to deal with that shit. Give me a second, I am sorting things in life here. I don't understand. Wrong one. I'm a noob. That was the wrong thing. What's up, dude? Get a little bit more light up in here. How you doing, man? Through the ad wall, he said. Oh, hey, yo. Oh, just got out of the shower. Stupid me trying to think I could, like, go for a walk outside when it's hot. Fucking idiot. We got some Battletech toys. I'm kind of excited. This is the first Battletech commission I've done in like a year. We have the turtle thing. We've got a, I don't know what it is. Oh, this still has, dang it, they don't have pictures of the actual mechs on these. Shit. I don't know what this guy sent me. Great turtle, duh. An Emperor Titan, which I'm gonna guess is like one of these two, because they're actual boxes. Hey, Rosie, how you doing? Lurking around tonight? Yeah. Glad to see you back. I'm making it back. I've had a little bit of a burnout going on. I've still been working. I just hadn't been doing it live. I just didn't want to fucking be online. You know how that goes. So one of these two is an Emperor, and one of these is a... Somebody done fucked up. Hey, Sam with the Prime. Thank you for the Bezos bucks. And a Mjolnir. Do you think a Mjolnir... I'm guessing this is the Mjolnir. It's got the fucking hammer. It says it's 25 tons, so this would be a Mjolnir for sure. And then I'm not sure, the Emperor has to be... It's got to be this one. It's plastic. Man, I don't know. Maybe he was in this one. I don't remember how these came. And then you got... This is a 3D printed thing. This is just kind of cool. You guys have any preference which one to pick? You don't speak Battletech? I don't either. Dude, I've got about 60 of these for myself. I used to play it when I was in high school and college, but fuck, that's 25-ish years ago. So, you know. Rosie, hope you've been doing well. Thank you for the lurkage. I completely have fucked up my desk because I hadn't been streaming live. So shit like my one, I've got 200 fucking paints up here, but I've got that monitor away. You know, I've got Adeptus Titanicus stuff too. By the way, Brandon, who is Raging Ridge in chat over here, he's doing an Adeptus Titanicus event at Texas Toy Soldier sometime this summer. Feel free, he'll post it in the Discord. So definitely keep an eye out for that if you want to mess with it. If you want to play, you're welcome to my models. I probably won't play. I'm sponsoring it. As in sponsoring, we'll actually have a... I think he's going to buy one of the big ones and set it up to give away to somebody for some reason. And then it'll be a I'll paint it thing. Do you guys have a preference? Which one to paint tonight? Which one to start with? Primer's a little touchy. I just primed it about an hour ago. It's still tack. But yeah, AT's cool game. I've played a small version of it. What do y'all want to do? Turtle, big boy, another big boy, 3D print boy. You got a preference? Which one you want to mess with? You want to tell me what colors to do? You're here, Sam. Put it out there. What do you want to see? What is actually on stream here? I've moved this camera around. Is this my... Yeah, it's fine. I just need to move it down. So... Turtle? Ah! I knew that was going to be the case. What color are we doing? Green. Duh. We're always doing green for turtles. I have a lot of turtles to do. Ninja Turtles. World Eater Ninja Turtles. It's a custom army commission deal. So, yeah. We took all the World Eater models for the guy's army. Some of it's straight 3D print proxy. But, so the Lord Avocado, the Invocatus or whatever, we have, we chopped his head and did some, what is going on here? So we put a rat head on it to be, what's his name, Splinter. I need to, sorry, I'm trying to get my shit sorted. It's so weird. Like, I haven't been painting off a wet palette. I've been painting, you can see shit all over here. I've been painting off of this as a dry palette, doing a lot of dry brush type stuff. Basically been doing a lot of junk shit. There we go. Doing a lot of junk shit jobs. Battletech Minis, trainer, where's the 40K? Hey man, sometimes you gotta break out and do something different. Welcome in, Casey. What's up, Seahod? But yeah, so the projects I've been doing, they've been the Dune board game, unsubbed, unfollowed, reported. Okay, here's my boobs. Just report that. Battletech is what we're doing tonight. I did the Dune board game, which is pretty cool. Some pretty cool minis with that. And then there's a 3D printed game called Scythe that I just did. All the models are 3D printed. Those are pretty cool. Other than the typical 3D print shit of having to always constantly deal up and go behind it. Yeah, man. Battletech tonight, bruh. That's what we're doing. And Chad's favorite, we're going to go ahead and fire off with a little bit of an airbrush. At some point, we'll figure out the noise gate thing. But for now, it's a must. But I'm not getting any air. What the fuck? For the Raider in it, by the way. Vaguely. I don't know, we were talking, I think it was late at night. Wait a second, I hadn't used this in a while. I don't know why I wouldn't be getting any air through it. Interesting. I might have buggered up the, yeah, so it's trying. Might have buggered up the depressor on this one. Let's break it down real quick. Oh, yeah, I bet I didn't get this cleaned up properly last time I used it. Might need to run this over to the express wash real quick. Don't see anything down in there. DM regarding the Raider in it. Did you didn't send me through Messenger, did you? You sent it through Discord? Okay, so the depressor's good. Weird. I can feel it moving in there. I'm just not getting any air. At worst, we'll put it back together and grabbing another airbrush. But I really wanted to use this one. It's my faves. Oh yeah, on 4:30. Yeah, so we definitely would have talked since then. It probably has just blended in with the 200 other messages that's come through since then. Weird. There's some air coming through, you just can't hear it. Just send a reply to link. Yeah. Yeah, I see the message up over there. Yep, this deal. I have definitely made a boo-boo on this one. Apparently I didn't clean this up very well. Yep. I don't know if I was tired or what that might have been. Might have been a subconscious, I want a reason to get another one of these. It's my favorite airbrush, but at 5 years of constant churn and work, Yeah, see, that goes easily. Yeah, 5 years of constantly churning and working, it probably just, you know. Shorty, welcome in. What's up, Brother Shorts? So we're getting air this way. Sometimes just taking a GT was a good time. Nice, dude. What have you been working on? I haven't been around Twitch or anything hardly in weeks. Just needed my time away. But with 10th leaks, or not really leaks, but 10th information coming and stuff, I'm slightly more feeling 40K-ish again. So, interesting there. The barrel inside is on the other side of this needle because I wasn't paying attention. Life. What the fuck is going on? Painted your Ben Ingrats and other kit spot. Oh, so you've been working on your orc stuff. I'm not sure what's going on here. I've never had this problem. It's like things don't want to move in the right way. There we go. Things a good streamer would have done first. Make sure your airbrush is working. Fucking, why would I do such? Why would he do such a thing? Still got water running out of my face. You ever get out of the shower and you're like super hot from, you know, too hot of a shower? That's me right now. I don't even remember the last thing I used this for. That would require there be a good streamer. There's definitely none in this channel today. And that spring just went boing on me. Fuck. See, this kind of thing, if you're not live, this shit doesn't happen to you. Shit just works. As soon as you go live, things like springs pop off. I've never lost the spring for this, and now I just did. I don't know if that went to the floor. It doesn't work without the spring. Don't worry, I'll step on it later. I have no idea where that went. Well, shit, Batman. Like I said, subconsciously I've been wanting to get another one of these. Maybe I didn't clean this out of reasons. Who wants to buy a new airbrush? I do. Just not tonight. Where the fuck did that spring go? Box of parts here. Actually, mixing it in with these. I do have like 3 or 4, probably 6 or 7 at this point. Like I said, there's a box of parts there, but this particular one, I only have 1 of. So to lose a part like that spring inside, like I said, I have no idea where it went. I mean, it could be. It just flicked. God knows where. And trying to find it right now when it's dark around the rest of the room. Give me 1 second here. About to change the stream name to Spring Hunt. But anyway, we'll work on him. I just want to make sure I'm not missing something here. Oh well. It will hopefully show up later without damaging my foot as I step on it. Because that's what always happens. Step on it. Interesting. I said I don't know. Slightly annoyed, but just kind of curious. It's like, where does it go? There's only so much space it could have went this way. It's alright. Like I said. Yes, don't I have like 3 or 4? Yes, so we'll switch to this one. Shit happens. Hey, look, working as intended. Like I said, we're going to do some greens. I'm going to go with like a dark green first. We're actually almost going to impersonate my salamander scheme a little bit. I mean, it's a turtle. Why would you not paint it green? So what else have you been working on there, Sammy? Anything good? ATRT for Star Wars? See, you want to play with robots? Play Star Wars. You got other stuff there you can play, right? How much Star Wars do you do? I've never actually played it. Robots, yes. Robots are going to take over the world. Just ask Elon. As soon as he can stop blowing up rockets, I bet he starts building more robot stuff. Titans are way cool. They are. Speaking of Titans, I recently started printing a Thunderhawk. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to continue with it, just because the absolute pain in the ass it is to deal with large scale pieces. Probably get out just a touch. Yeah, I ended up grabbing files for a Thunderhawk and Firehawk. You may have done a bad deal. What's a bad deal to you? Like, what happened? Did you buy something that maybe you're regretting? Oh, by the way, Zaylin, the The other person, Corn's Champion, is the other one that wanted the other lion model. So you guys can bitch together about how you didn't get the model you wanted. Because he was over here the other day and we were conversing about that, not getting models. Bullshit is what it is? Yes. 'Tis shit from large mammals. Give the turtle a little blowjob real quick. Oh yeah, didn't they announce that Farsight like around Christmas or something? It feels like that was almost a New Year's thing. Well, they said Lion's supposed to be here end of this month, right? Was that not right? Maybe it's from talking with the store owner about it that I have end of this month was kind of the date that they put in my head. Which he had said basically they were given 3 copies. It's been a month and still no Farsight announcement. Wow. Yeah, the whole thing with the way they're doing stuff is kind of bullshit. Not kind of, it's total bullshit. Like I get trying to build up some hype, but at the same time, fuck off and just have the models ready. Get people all hyped up to have stuff. So what happens is, like the lion model, I think, I'm not 100%, but I think I've already seen it on one of the 3D pages I'm on. Like, I think it's available for 3D printing already. But that looks like such a complex model as far as like the detail put into it and everything. I wouldn't want to necessarily mess with one of those on 3D printing. Unless like Corn's deal, we're, Casey's piece, we're going to do it pretty heavily converted. That might actually just be an option of just saying, fuck it, get the 3D files, then you can manipulate the files via 3D instead of whatever other way we were going to do things. Do you actively play Tau 2, or are you just referencing that? Because I know you got Dark Angels and all that good stuff going on. Drukari. Or do you just want cool models? Oh, that you wanted some Tau stuff? You know what? Start a Tau just a tiny bit. Don't listen to this guy. You're allowed to have whatever you want in life. Hey, man. Maybe that's why nobody wanted to have lunch with you after a shitty movie. Should name you Lord of Salt. Maybe Salt Bay. I think this might be just a touch thick for this airbrush. I'm not used to working with this. This is a 0.15 needle, so you're working pretty thin. Much thinner than I would on those other airbrushes. Some of the airbrushes I have are 0.5 needles. You can just spray like peanut butter through them, I think. I wonder if some of it has to do with this tip on here. Give me a second before I fuck this one up. Look at that guard. Much more like a spraying open needle. It has been a long time since I painted metal models. And this is already reminding me why I fucking hate it. Just as it rolled around just a second, it's already like down into, I don't know, man. I hate metal models. There's something about the, wish I had a paint mixer. Contrast paints you don't use often. Metal Azrael's base coat just didn't seem to stick. Yeah. Yeah, for real. That's, you know, that's my things, like, just the weight. Like, I like the weight of the metal models, but having them be, you know, like I said, just this stuff that's, I'm in a black overall, those areas. Well, some of them. Some of that's just partial for the fact that I just primed these tonight. Okay. Alright, one last little bright green just to pop out some of this madness. Then we'll put the airbrush away. I know deep down somewhere, somebody right now is like, thank God! That 2 seconds of compressor noise. Can't take it, bro. No. It's a little thin. Can hear the compressor band. Yes, you are. So Casey, I ended up playing Anno for 14 hours straight. I went to bed at like 6 a.m. Adulting hard yesterday. Or last night, you should say. Starting to look like a turtle? Kind of. You went to bed at 9 to get it up. Yeah, you had to get up at what time? Just throwing it out there. I had to get up at 2:30 this afternoon. Do you even like sleeping till 2:30 in the afternoon, though? To be honest, the only reason I think you went to bed at 7 a.m. had to go to work at 10. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but Sam, that's that young man shit. When you're in your 40s, you don't have to fucking do that. Trust me, you don't want that anymore. The only reason I woke up, Angron was in his kennel farting around, and she had moved the kennel to the master bedroom so I could hear him being a jerk face. That's kind of how I was too. So the game, Anno 1800, it's got this deal where it's like, you've been playing blah blah blah. So at like the 6-hour mark, I was like, yeah, cool, yeah, right, okay. You know, I just left it running. I was like, cool. I hit the pause button, went and grabbed some food, and then it was probably, like I said, about the 12-hour mark when it put the 2-hour notification in game, like, you've been at it for 12 hours. You know, there's no time-based achievements for this game. And I was like, let me start thinking about how to wrap this up and get to a place where I want to stop. 2 hours later, I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to bed. But after having bought it, apparently on March 1st, and just now taking some time to play it, I'm glad I had my full day of gameage just away from it. Go ahead and throw a quick clear coat on top of this, or I drop it and chip it up some more. I mean, hey, I get absorbed into stuff too, so no worries, man. Completely understandable. Matter of fact, that's usually how I get most of my work done as far as painting. Especially when I'm not streaming. Like, if I'm streaming and painting, it's different than if I'm just working and just painting. Like, I look up and I'm like, oh shit, I actually worked fucking 9 hours today. Whereas if I'm live, I'm like, fuck, it's been 3 hours and I'm streaming. And, you know, especially here recently when I hadn't been completely in love with fucking streaming. So... That's why I needed the break. Like, sometimes it gets to the point where it's like, I don't even want to come up here. It's one thing when I come up here and fuck off and play video games, but there's even times I get so down and out about coming up here, I'm just like, Like, I'll come up here and sit and play video games. It's one thing if I get motivated and I turn around and start painting. But there's other times, like I can't even... Don't even feel like this is, like, my fun space anymore. Can be. Can be. Anything in the wrong headspace. Right? That's really what it comes down to. Being in the right headspace or not. And sometimes just not. There, less noise. Don't crucify me anymore. Oh. Take back my Twitch sub. Take back the money you didn't spend. Oh, and there it is. We painted a green turtle. Thanks for hanging in, guys. 45 minutes. We're done. Boom, jump. Let me somewhere I have one of them fancy fucking model holder things. Here we are. Less likely to drop and do dumb shit. Dark neutral gray is a yes. Black. Less what? Less shaking? Or was that not less likely? Oh. Actually, I don't need that brush here. Not what I need. Little curl tip here. Less like. Oh yeah, only slightly, right? There's always that hard potential of dumbassery. Trying to think. Some of this stuff's going to be metallic, and some of it I just want oversprayed green, like the dark green, the contrast. Yeah, I think I want like just this gear type stuff to be blacked out, kind of. What do I do? Probably through here as well. Yeah, okay. I'm starting to see what I want to do. Kind of figure my way through this model here. It's one of the enjoyable things with Battletech as far as the models go. You get boxes of them, and it's not, to me at least, something I enjoy is the fact that they're all going to be quite unique and different. Working through something like Space Marines. Yeah, they're all different. They're all the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, woo, another shoulder pad that I'm just going to put a logo on. Like, there's no real thing to it kind of situation. Things and words and stuffs and whatnot. I don't know. I miss Battletech. Battletech is a It's a throwback to my youth, I guess. Because I played quite a bit of it for years. I haven't really been able to play much of this current version. I've got the, like I said, 50 or 60 models, and I don't know. I just haven't taken the time. It's like even with 40K, I haven't really ever really given it the time. You're a nerd. Every Battletech mini looks the same. No, it doesn't. Every Dark Angel looks the same. Like a heretic. Banned. I was just thinking that's a double shot here. Got both of you in one burn. Yeah. Hell no. So you like the Battletech video games more than the minis? I mean, the minis, they've pretty much said you can play with fucking like jelly beans. They don't really give a shit about their minis. My biggest knock with Battletech nowadays is when you do buy their minis. And one, well, they're relatively affordable by comparison of other products out there, but they it's the first. I mean, generally speaking, yeah, they're big fucking stompy. Like I like this one. It's a 3D print deal, but I like it. Like it just looks like a big fucking war dominating machine. It doesn't look too humanoid. It's, I mean, I don't know what the fuck's supposed to be on there. A bunch of probably medium range missiles. No, there's probably, I don't know. Can you have 4 LRM 20s on there? Because that looks like what that's supposed to be. So, yeah, this is definitely one of the more unique ones. Like the guy that shipped these to me, it was just kind of a, hey, I'm sending you random shit because he's giving them away at an event. It's like, cool, you know? And I guess he's getting about 50 or so of them done. And he's having different artists do them all around the country. And he's in, I think, Virginia or something. I don't know. I've got... Yeah, he's in Virginia. And so he shipped out a bunch of them all around the country to different painters to do them. So if he had a bunch of the cool shit like this, like I kind of feel like maybe I missed out, but you know, I understand his principle. Like I was like, oh, I want to do them all, but give you a volcano can. So you want a gauze rifle or like an ERPPC? I have the newer MechWarrior game. I haven't really played it a whole bunch. I got it because there's a couple people I was able to play it with together, and then one of the guys in Romania, he's moved. I think he's in Belgium now, just working and stuff, so it's harder to get a hold of him. And then one of the other guys just kind of fell out of contact. But it's just one of those things like the last update they did where they added melee weapons. I was like, yeah, I don't want to pay an extra $40 or $50 for a DLC that I'm really not too keen on. And that's one of the things like with most games, I guess. I'm just kind of like, if you DLC me into the ground, I'm just like, I'm done with your game. I already didn't like the fact that this Battletech game, whenever I had pre-ordered it on Steam, and then they decided to go exclusive over to what's the other one, Epic. I was like, nah, man, screw you. Like, I don't like using the Epic Games launcher, so I refused to buy it on there. So I had to wait a year. So I haven't really delved into the Battletech lore too much, but I hear good things. Like it's quite expansive. But then I also hear other weird shit like they have cat people, which to me that sounds like them caving to the anime crowd whenever Gundams became kind of a big thing, and them trying to draw in a younger crowd at some point. Oh, Chad, what'd you get on your daily summons today? Anything good? I actually had 4 Nat 4s that were, one of which wasn't a dupe. So I was quite happy with that today. I like when they're giving away. It's a Mage Advanced Future Society. Some of them are a little less ethical with genetic modification. So yes, they made animal-human hybrids. Did they? In the I don't know. Like I said, to me, I don't remember when I was younger and actually read some BattleTech stuff. I don't remember that being part of it. Like I said, it could just be the way they just chose to advance the lore. But like I said, looking at it now, it feels like, with history in mind, it feels like they saw all the huge anime thing, and that was a thing in that, and they're like, let's do that because people seem to like it. Maybe it'll keep us alive. But there's a huge thing, I don't know the whole detail of it, where Robocraft or Robotech and Battletech and MechWarrior, and they were all suing each other into the ground over IP stuff, and that's really what killed the series or franchises at one point, I think. Edda? I don't know which one Edda is. Okay, something new for you? Since I don't have Dark Corvus Solid Abyss Floor 80. Nice. Party break. Gotcha. Dark Corvus carrying you to great things. Cool. Let me know when you get to floor 83. I think I'm on 84. I've been kind of waiting for you to catch up, and we can progress and work our way through it together, kind of thing. Although if you just have an OP Dark Corvus that's going to go solo fucking life, then GG, you probably get good things before I do. I will say that that floor with Mercedes, not a good representation of how she is in the game once you build her. She's quite fucking just blow people up kind of hero. She's really fun, actually. And the fact that just going through the storyline for episodes 1 and 2, you get to max her stuff out, her awakenings. Yeah, surely there's a point where he just can't do his thing of just whittling them down. Like, surely somewhere there'll be a mechanic to where it's just like, oh, hey, that guy no longer just fucking can do his thing. I mean, I'm happy you're able to keep progressing. It's no shush about it, man. So I don't know if it was this current guild I'm in or the one I was in previously. Like, there was a guy that when he got floor 100 down, he had been working on it for like 4 or 6 hours. And I think the cheat code to that is Kiris. Because apparently she's just a boss cheat code in there. Like, apparently a well-built Kiris just solos everything because she just puts lots of dots on there and just... she's just tanky. I don't really know how to build her. I'm just... some of the stuff that I've read. Because like when I was asking if there were any good 3-stars at one point, someone was like, do you have Kiris? And I was like, yeah. They're like, just fucking build her. That's all you need. I was like, really? Okay. Oh, by the way, did you hear Kine got best overall this weekend? Alamo was this weekend. So I'm happy for him. I haven't heard from him yet, but I'm happy for him. Well, and I'm sure he probably did at least, I don't know, I think Alamo is a 5-round event. Or maybe it's a 6, I don't know. I mean, at worst, just think of it like this, like a very vibrant, bright colored army people take notice of. Clearly rigged the awards. Not sure exactly what all he took. I don't know if he put more into it after I had handed it back to him. So definitely not laying claim to yay my thing, but happy for him. It's such a weird scheme. Like, I don't mind working through the base colors, it's all the other that I don't enjoy. I don't know. I mean, because did you see Viet did the hit his pink Scion stuff, which I was disappointed. Like I had reached out to him, I was like, "Hey, you didn't at least like let me say that." But and to his credit, he was like, "Dude, you fucking don't want to really do this and whatever." Like we kind of went back and forth on it. I was like, "Yeah, but you didn't at least ask." Like that's ultimately it's just like my ego, right? Like I want to paint everything, right? Like, but you know, I shouldn't. I need to step away from that, and that was one of the things that we were talking about. I was like, look, deep down, I want to and think I can paint everything, but I can't. I am not gonna lie. I admit, I get cranky. I can be babyish. It's that cerebral self awareness that we were talking about the other day. It's there. I acknowledge. I know you're 90% in jest there, but yeah, it's absolutely true. It's a thing. We're gonna run a little bit of this mixed in with some pale yellow. Is it looking turtle-like enough for everybody? With my neon highlight here. Kind of going for that Tron turtle look just a bit. Sam fell asleep in the toilet apparently. Really hope the way I'm doing these things, the guy who's giving them away enjoys some of this kind of stuff. He had zero input as far as to paint them, and I'm just kind of doing what I want. Hopefully he didn't come back and be like, no, I hate the fact that you painted the turtle green. Like, I don't know if these are supposed to even be clan or inner sphere. Just don't know the game that in depth. these leg parts as well. I think I might just leave it from the top up. Kind of like what that's doing. Did I look up the mech names and Sarnet? No, I know this is a turtle. The other mechs that I was given, well, I know this is a great turtle. Product number 204005. There's an Emperor, which is, I think this is the Emperor, maybe. Actually, I'm going to guess because of the way they're in the boxes. Yeah, that's the Emperor, and then I have the Mjolnir, which is the little hammer guy. I don't know this one here. I don't even recognize that one. And this I recognize from years ago or something, but I don't recall the name of what it is. The box of stuff that I was sent, this is one of the Inner Sphere Fire Lances, which 357.31, I think I have this box. Which, give me a second. I did not look them up. I forgot about going to Sarnet. 357.31. Let me see. That might be a box I have. Yeah. So 357.31 is a box that I have. But the way my boxes are, they're empty, just sitting on a shelf. The actual models are put away in a box. They're all primed and stuff. So I don't know what's what. Woo! Dropping models. Need my dark green. Do you know the names of the other ones by chance? Welcome in, by the way. Butterfinger Minis, yes, that is me. Seems like it tonight, huh? This is the base color green that I sprayed on. Just kind of punching up and reinforcing and covering up the chip marks because I keep dropping models. I mean, when it's metal, it would just want to fall fucking everywhere. Don't recognize them. Great Turtles Inner Sphere, according to Sarna. Yeah, I'm gonna guess they're all Inner Sphere, just because the way he sent me the Inner Sphere box. But like I said, I know. See, they don't have anything else in there. Like there was no cards or anything that came with them. I'm not 100% which is what. And like I said, this one here, this piece is a 3D printed model. You can see pretty good right there in the light, the striations. It's not even a good 3D print. This is a it's FDM that you can really see in the back here. It's not a resin print. It's an FDM print, which for an FDM, this is actually quite good compared to some of the other FDM printed stuff I've seen. But somewhere I have a Thomas the Train Mad Cat. I don't know. I rearranged my studio. winter, so I'm not sure where it's at. I might actually box it up. But I have a Thomas the Train Mad Cat. Yeah, very good for FDM. And that so the Thomas the Train, he's FDM or he's not FDM, he's resin. And I'm quite happy with the way it came out. Do you actually paint, or do you? Looks like the Viking, another Inner Sphere mech. Okay. So, like I said, this is a Mjolnir, so it could also be called as a Viking as well, right? And then, like I said, this missile guy, I've never seen this before, so I don't know if this is just something somebody came up with. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this one here is the Emperor. I'm going to guess that's 2 large lasers or 2 PPCs that's supposed to be on there. Maybe they're supposed to be Gauss rifles. I'm going to guess it's a double large laser setup, and then he probably has some other stuff. And then this one here, I'm not sure what this is, but based on the loadout, I'm going to guess that's a small laser and like 5 mediums. The missile guy is a Viking? Okay, nice. Good to know. Have a good night or else. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you hanging by. See you, buddy. Viking. Gareth, wow. Hello there. How are you doing tonight? Welcome in, everybody. What are you doing tonight? 39 folks. Thank you for bringing your people in. Welcome. What brings you by? What are you working on tonight? Are you doing some painting or playing some Battletech, or what have you got going on, my dude? Welcome, everybody. Was just painting some Battletech stuff. Right on. So this is going to an event. Appreciate the follow. This was going to an event. There's 5 of them the guy has me doing. I paint full-time for a living, by the way. My name's Tim. I paint models. Generally speaking, I paint mostly 40K and like board games. But I found this guy asking for some work to be done. I was like, yes, I love Battletech. I own about 60 of them for myself. I used to play quite a bit 25 years ago when I was in high school and college. And so, yeah, I don't know. I'm having a good time with him. He gave me no direction on them. He just said paint them up. Working on Urban Mech with the Mystery Machines. Nice. So we're trying to identify some models. We're pretty sure this is an Emperor based on the fact that I was given... He was in this box, I think, and it says it's a 90 ton. So I'm guessing that's the Emperor, and this is a Mjolnir, which we're just writing underneath. And then we have identified this as a Viking. And then there's one other piece here. I'm not sure what this one is. We're trying to figure out what this guy is. If you can identify, please help. Turtle's pretty easy to identify, right? Hey, it's a fucking turtle. It's got 4 legs. It's one of the old. It's one of the only four-legged mechs that I know of. Mjolnir, MJ. I don't know if this will stick to this. This is a metal base. Do the bases have no? So this is actually what's 30. These are a cork base on this one. This one here, it just says 4-7, which it's just one of the hex plastics that come with it. Drago, welcome in. Thanks for chatting, hanging out. Appreciate y'all coming over the raid. So like I said, just kind of working through them right now. Like I said, this guy is the one we're struggling with. I'm pretty sure we know that's the Emperor. Otherwise, this is the Emperor, and I'm just confused. I can ask the owner. He's East Coast, so he's going to be in bed right now. So I'm not going to bother him. Just, hey, what's the name of that model? Yeah, this is the one I tried to identify. Like I said, it looks like probably a small laser or maybe machine gun, then half a dozen, whatever. Or maybe these are... Would it be small, medium, large, maybe? Medium, large, could be. I don't know. Identifying based on what it looks like can be quite tricky. Yeah, no, I'm happy for it. So, the irony of how I am now painting full-time doing commission stuff. I played Battletech 20, 25 years ago in high school and college, and probably about 10 years ago. I was just tired of sitting around the house all the time. I'd either go play golf, which is one thing, and then, but it's quite expensive. Golfing's not cheap. And most of my friends, everybody's having babies, they're moving around the country, different jobs, stuff like that. Everybody's just kind of dispersing around. And it's just getting harder and harder to do stuff. I was like, I told my wife, I was like, hey, I want to go get some of these fucking toys, little robots, and start painting them. And find people to blow up robots with. And she was like, yeah, cool, have fun, go fine. Well, 10 years ago, if you're a fan of the series, Battletech really wasn't in a good state, right? But I walked into a store called Texas Toy Soldier. It's in Carrollton, Texas, and because I'm in Dallas-Fort Worth. And lo and behold, they had a shit ton of Warhammer 40K, and I'm like, hey, I remember that stuff being on the shelves 25 years ago when I was in high school and totally nerding out, eating paint and making sloppy models because that's all we had was testers. I got paint all over my face, but... Probably do. So anyway, here we are. It's like a decade later. I was looking for Battletech. It didn't really have much to it. I got into painting Warhammer for myself, and then I was kind of decent at it. And early into COVID, the company I was working for started kind of taking off, and I worked a total of 5 days over about 6 to 7 months. And during that time, I was taking more and more commissions to just try to stay busy and help pay bills. And it just has now kind of turned into like this full-time gig. So here we are, painting toys. That's my little shtick about the how I ended up here, or shtick, not shtick. What's shtick? That's a weird word. So yeah, that's kind of how I ended up here. Ooh, way too much paint there. How about you guys? Is everybody else actually into the tabletop, or do you guys do just miniature paintings? How y'all are hanging out? Garrett, do you paint full-time, or are you just a fun hobbyist doing it yourself? Wargamer first? Gotcha. So is Battletech your tabletop game of choice, or what else you got? Like I said, I'm primarily 40K, just based on the people that I know and the community around DFW. I do have now, I think I've got about 200 or so of the MCP models, but only a dozen or so of them are painted, and I've never played a game of Marvel. Then as far as 40K goes, I've got about 12,000 points in Necrons, and then I've got various knights and, I don't know, so many 40K. So many 40K models. Way too many 40K models. Welcome back, Sam. Moved over to MechWarrior Dark Ages. Is that a video game title? I don't recognize that as a tabletop game. It's a whiz. Okay. Remember the whiz kids' names? Part-time painter, streaming, so you've decided to dedicate time to paint. Gotcha. Lord of the Ring game. Okay. I've got the Fellowship of the Ring stuff to paint for somebody. And I just did, I can't remember his name, but anyway, yeah. Mostly play 40k kill team, but you take commissions for about anything. Same. Paid a full starter box Warriors Legion for a buddy. Had Space Wolves Army and sold it. Now you just paint for fun mostly. Gotcha. Well, enjoy the painting. I'll definitely give me 1 second here. I don't think I've seen you. What do you normally stream under as far as your tags? Like I'm under Battletech tonight because duh, painting Battletech. But normally I stream under the 40k tag. Give you the old follow. Okay. Sorry. Oh, good. I have it on minimal ads, so if that ran, we should be safe for an hour or something. Mage Knight and Mech Warrior Dark Ages featured pre-painted minis and bases. You can click. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. Yeah, that's actually something I kind of worry about at some point if they decide to, with 40k and Age of Sigmar, offer up pre-painted minis. Being that now I'm 2 years into this full-time painting thing, if they ever did that, boy, does that just ruin my life. One of the things my wife and I were actually having a discussion about the other day, if this ever fell through, what do I do as a fallback? I don't think they'll ever do that. Oh, yeah, they make way too much money off their paint line. I agree, too, but it's one of the things like, what's my fallback? You know, after, geez, at this point, at least 2 years full-time, but then, you know, not really having been doing anything proper for the last several years. Like, what do I do? And it's like, well, you know, you bite the bullet and you just tell people, like, you know, this is a thing. Some people don't want to hear that this is a thing, right? But it is a viable way get by and make a living a little bit. Well, that's one of the things too. Like I say, Sam, like they are definitely about the hobby. So I don't ever see that, but oh boy, if they do. And then with the technology of 3D printing, if it ever gets to where you can print and color, like beyond just like, oh man, there's just thinking ahead. There's things because you know it's like it's like so I'm early 40s, right? Where do you go in 10 years from now? Am I early 50s still painting toys? I don't know, probably. If it's enjoyable, shit, yeah, let's do it. But, you know, I don't know. My wife and I have this conversation about what I want to do because, you know, I express interest about going back to school occasionally. And, you know, it's one thing when you're in school and you're right out of high school and in your early 20s and learning your way through the world. But going back to school older, knowing more about yourself and your interests could be much different. So, I don't know. There's consideration going back to school, even just for fun. Yeah, it's not as vibrant and it's super expensive, and that's one of the saving graces at this point. But I mean, that tech is only going to get better, considering where 3D was. Geez, you know, a few years ago. Not really too worried about it, but it's definitely something I think about. That, and, you know, one thing, you know, like I said, we've talked about it on here before, the fact that I've basically sat like this so much in the last couple years that I now need glasses to watch TV or drive. How much further does my eyesight deteriorate? Sagittarius, the other mechs? Ooh, info. So you're saying this one's the Sagittarius? Where's that paint bin? Time stop. This is the Sagittarius before I scribble on it. Just confirming. Because I'm fairly certain the other one's the Emperor. I just don't remember which one was in the box. Oh, sorry. Black glove, black model. Oh, I didn't notice. Demon Speed, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. Sorry I didn't acknowledge you earlier. Okay. I'm link friendly. If you got a link, definitely throw a link on there. I'm willing to make that decision. At worst, you can always verify that's the Emperor. That will tell me at least 100% that one is. You guys have pictures of your own models and stuff. Definitely feel free to share. Especially you were painting earlier tonight. If you've already taken pictures of it, love to see your work. Love to, Gareth, if you've got a Instagram that you upload on, feel free to share that. We can all go check out your work. Or not. Nobody's forcing you to do anything. Sagittaire. Let's take a look here. Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, that's a lock. Good shout. Yeah. Dialed in. Nailed it. All right. Definitely labeling that one up. You spell that Sagitt. Upset here with me. Ooh. Close enough. Sagittaire. I'll remember that. Ah, the Dork Depot. Great name. Thank you for the follow. That's right. Go in and work on his little metal tower doodles here. Mostly on Twitter. Okay. I don't do anything with Twitter anymore. I have one, but whenever I made the switch from only doing gaming and, well, not only, but from when I made the switch with my social stuff from doing gaming into this, I just let Twitter just die. All I ever really did with Twitter in the past was read soccer related stuff anyway, but it's just such a cesspool of, one, bad information usually, and two, the couple of people that I followed on there kind of stopped. You got 3rd edition Necrons for playing War Machine? Okay. I've got some War Machine stuff in here too. I don't remember what faction it was. It's been 1 week. No, what? It's been, God, 7, 8 years since I touched any War Machine stuff other than moving it on the shelf in here. War Games for about 2 days. Wow. I might have some 3rd edition Necrons. I have a ton of metal ones. So last winter there was, considering I paint full time, I see stuff come up for sale sometimes, and I think, oh, cool. I'll just paint it and flip it. Lately, just post pics and leave it. Yeah, dude. If you're just posting pics and ditching, Instagram's probably much more a thing for you to check into. Just started your journey into Warhammer and got back in painting for the first time. Right on. What did you decide to get into? So like I said, I picked up a couple different lots of Necrons at the end of last year, and the first one was like 2,000. The guy was like, "Hey, it's just over 2,000 points. It was $350. It was all black, mediocre build." It's like, yeah, cool. So for $350, if it's a 2K list, cool. I can paint it. I can put, I don't know. I can do an army in a week, especially Silvertide. So it's like, okay, cool. I'll rock that out, and boom, it'll be a thing that I can have done. And see, I've never actually done any Space Wolves. What one model? I've done one. Jeez, I don't remember the name of it. I did it for a buddy who's a Space Wolf guy. But anyway, so like the Necron stuff, he had that lot for cheap, and I was like, yeah, cool, I'll take it. And I was just looking at flipping it. Well, then another lot came up, and the guy was only asking like $750 for it. And I was like, let me see what it is. Like, that's $750 is more than I want to spend on a bunch of models. And as I'm digging through it, I got like a third of the way through his list, and it was already worth $750 plus. I was like, all right, dude, I'll take it all. And he was like, all of it? I'm like, yeah. He was expecting to have to part it out. So whenever I finally broke down and went through it, it was all worth about $2,500 or so retail. And so getting it for $750, the dude gave it away. He lives about 45 minutes from my father-in-law, and he actually went and took it over to his house. So I shot him a few extra bucks just for delivering and stuff like that. And after the fact, I found out he was only really getting rid of it because he's got like a mother or something like that was sick. And I was like, okay, cool. Happy to throw some extra money and help you out, kind of thing. And he was happy about that. So. But yeah, that's how I ended up with, in total, that was about 9,500 points or so of Necrons. And then since then, I've continued to add to it for bits of stuff that I don't have. If you run through Instagram, you'll see a grand total of 1 Necron that I've got painted for myself. So that's where my Necron battles. I've only had 1 painted so far. What do you got there? Oh, yeah. Are you doing like a wash, kind of blue wash? Yeah, I like it. It's this is not your standard. I really do like that. It's not your standard Space Wolf gray, blue, whatever. What is it? Fenrisian gray. It's not your standard thing. It's more of an icy thing. Discord and airbrush from buddy, so you can start learning. Dude, I love airbrushing. Airbrushing is game changing, man. Like, if you don't know him, Kenny Boucher, Next Level Painting on YouTube. If you like bright, fun kind of paint jobs, just dig through his stuff and learn, enjoy, have fun. Like, it's a lot of how I see the games, not just this game or any game. I think tabletop stuff should be bright and fun and poppy. I don't enjoy the grimdark, paint dreary and gross and smear texture all over everything and make it look fucking dirty. I don't enjoy painting that way. It's a game. It should be fun and enjoyable. I don't think I did this. No, I didn't. So Kenny Boucher definitely runs quite heavily into that. He streams quite a bit too. I don't know his schedule anymore, but Next Level Painting's his stuff. If you want to learn how to airbrush really well, hit him up. That or hang out here when mine's working. Not like tonight. I do quite a bit of airbrushing. I airbrushed the greens on this. I did a base green and then I did 2 other greens over top of this. But the airbrush I wanted to use has a clog or something in it that I didn't clean up very well last time I used it, so I was punished for it tonight. And now it's missing a spring. As I was putting it together, it just fucking flung off, and it was the first 15-20 minutes of tonight's stream was just me screwing with this airbrush, and it's like, where's this spring? It's it's hopefully on the desk somewhere, or maybe it's, I don't know. Like I said, I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna step on it, and then I'm gonna be mad, but I'm gonna be happy I found it. And then I'm gonna be bleeding. See? Yes. So I'm just going through now with this super dark gray. Most of the paints I use, by the way, are going to be the Pro Acryl stuff. I don't know what you guys are using painting, but I love this shit. Not sponsored, just... I mean, I've got GW, I've got Reaper, I've got Army Painter, I've got Vallejo, I've got Scale 70. This is just the shit that's out right now. There's other random crap laying around, too. What is this? Golden So Flat, probably one of the best yellows on the market. But the Pro Acryl line, I have the entire line of their transference. I love it. Great stuff. Like I said, not a sponsor, not getting a kickback, just good fucking paint. That kind of spill, I should have some kind of kickback. Hell, there's a whole store here in DFW carrying their product now because I went in there and basically threw a bottle of the white and was like, hey, start fucking carrying this because it's amazing. And then about 6 weeks later, they had it. Right now I'm just kind of working through the dark gray over top of the black. Some like the gear areas rather than filling the whole thing in with actual metallic. I do what's called like a ghetto metal, kind of like a non-metallic metal. Basically just building up. Doing like a non-metallic work, very sketch style, almost like a comic style for it. Like I said, I've been calling it ghetto metal for about 2 years because I can do non-metallic, just the time consumption to do a non-metallic metal is, to me, especially on your general tabletop pieces. Oh, dude, yeah. At this point, yes, the only white. If you want an off-white, fine. We can talk a million different kinds of off-white, but if you want a white, Pro Acryl. That's all you need to know, right? That bold titanium white, dude. When I was skeptical at first, there was another commission guy that was streaming called The Sauce, and he was raving about it. And I was like, all right, yeah, fine, I'll try it. And then, like, he had recently done a project with this dark silver, which is this is the only metallic I have of theirs. And he was like, dude, he was saying he had thinned it 50-50 with water and it was still covering. I was like, bullshit. Well, at the time I had like 14 baby nights that I was going to do. And I was already going to get the white. I was like, cool, I'll get their black, I'll get their white, and I'll get the dark silver. The black, cool, yeah, black is black. I mean, in truth, I have, like for bottoms of bases and stuff like that, I have this stuff here. It's like horse snot. It's so super thick, but a little bit of water and it's fine to go. But so the black is just good black. Like I said, I like Army Painter black. GW's black is great, other than the price tag. But yeah, I've been waiting on the Speed Set 2.0. So I picked up the first some of the, like I have this because I had a project I was doing for, there's a board game called Scythe. So I needed something that would look like a cheap metal, doing contrast wise. So I had it all primed like a creamy color. And I used this over top of it. Fine. It fine. Like castle walls, great. Metal railing, great. Look fine. But when I first used the Pro Acryl white, holy hell, I was sold, man. Because to that point, I had been doing, if I needed to do something white, I would only use white ink. And if I needed something to actually be pure white that I couldn't use the ink with, I was just kind of like, screw it, I'm using an off-white. Because the GW ones are trash. So many other whites out there. Like I say, as much as people complain about Army Painter paints, Army Painter's matte white, it's not a bad color. It's a white. It covers. It does its job. But, you know, it's still Army Painter, so it's got that gel-based medium, which is unenjoyable to work with more often than not. Dr. Refutable. Just now noticed the follow. Appreciate you. I need to turn my sound notifications up. I was in there screwing around on Stream Elements a couple weeks ago, and the volume is down too far now. Because like the goat scream follow, oh man, that was as funny as it is, and I really enjoy it. I don't like doing like this when I'm in the middle of painting. It might be considered a gel-based medium, but it's nowhere near like, I mean, so when we're talking gel-based mediums here, this is definitely. So this stuff, I couldn't even spray it. I love the color. It's very vibrant. And Scale 75 is a great paint as far as if you're going to do glazing. But you can see, let me get that to, there you go. So you can see how goopy thick that is. And when you grab a little bit off the wet palette, suddenly now you have no coverage. But that's fine. It's Scale 75. It's a gel-based paint. It's intended for glazing. It's like, that's the strong. Now, when I bought this, I was using it to spray an orc army. Everybody was going Lucky Orcs, so this was a horrendous choice. Like I said, it possibly is. I don't think it is, but I've never looked into it. I just know, like, the way it works, it's really good, and it comes out not thick and gloppy like that does. Like that thick and gloopy gloppy, nah, that's not what anybody wants to work with, right? Let me get this refocused up. Okay, that'll all go away here in a second. Like, that's really what it comes down to, is like, you just want smooth paints that cover. Like this stuff here, the Procro Golden Yellow, it's not the best. I would prefer Flash Gits if I just had one yellow to choose from. But yeah, that's part of the beauty of painting. Like, I don't know, there's probably 300 paints up here right now, currently. I mean, just there's 4 racks, 5 racks, 6 racks. And I've got probably another 500 or 600 paints laying down in boxes down here. You know, that's kind of the beauty with the paint spray. Like, some will, you know, some, like, you can give me the same color but 2 different brands, and you'll use it for 2 different jobs, just because the way they are. I want to do something different with the gun barrels. I don't want to leave them all green. So the schedule over here, for anybody hanging out, now that it's summertime and I'm in North Texas and it's just hotter than hell outside, to keep it easier on my AC bill, we're doing streams Monday, Wednesday, Friday, which they've kind of always been. Now, I'll throw in random ones, but Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we're going to the evening time. It's usually just kind of going to be one-off projects like this. I'm going to try and get away from doing full armies live anymore, because the amount of airbrushing you have to do, and then just the amount of, you know, if I'm working through a full army or even a large portion of an army, people don't really enjoy watching you paint. You know, like one of the last things I did here in the last few weeks, I had 160 guardsmen. You know, who wants to watch you do the same thing over 160 models? But that's part of my process, you know, from commission painting, is just batch painting as much as I can. Neutral gray and dark ivory for dry brushing. So I'm using right now dark neutral gray. I'll go dark neutral gray into warm gray. What's dark ivory? Dark ivory. Dark ivory? They're bright warm gray. Ivory. What's dark ivory? I know there's ivory and bright ivory. Is dark ivory one of their new colors? It is from the signature ones. Okay, so I have those and I just threw them on the shelf. Is that? Oh yeah, see, like the red gray. I've barely used the red gray. I used it on some bases for a Thousand Suns project a few weeks ago. That was it, and it was okay. Dark ivory. Give me a second. You got me curious. I'm fairly certain I bought those kits. Oh yeah. Here, I haven't even used this yet. The reason I've not used this, I tend to run more in bright neutral gray, like on dry brushy stuff. I like my Necrons. I use this. Like if you dig into my Instagram, I think you can do just at exclamation point Insta or Instagram. Yeah. What is it? Ninjon and Vince Venturella. I don't know how they work their way into those, but cool paints. I like their color choices that they pick to add to the line. I'm a fan. Like you said, that red gray one's probably one of the worst ones. I really liked the dark magenta. I liked it so much. This is already my second bottle, or here's my second bottle of it. So the guard stuff that I recently did, they're basically a big rainbow. It's basically the rainbow of the guard is this. If you can get a image, you can find them on Instagram. But basically, the main thing is a fade of yellow to orange to this dark magenta into dark purple. Demon going in lurk mode. Gotcha. I forgot that message is up there. Using it to slap chop. Don't want the highlights to be too bright, since your color scheme is dark gray with red trim. Yeah, so that's like my Necron scheme. Here, if we go into Discord real quick, go in here, and then if I bring this up, there's not general, where is in here. So this is the one Necron I've done. This makes use of like the jade, dark jade, the grays. So like this is one of the pictures for it. There's a bunch of that stuff. Like I said, there's a whole channel, Holt's Necron Party, in Discord. If you're interested in seeing that, you can do the exclamation Discord and join it that way. If you feel like being in another Discord, I'm sure most of you guys, if you're doing painting stuff, you're already in like 200 Discords like I am. So feel free to join or not. No pressure. One of my only caveats with the Pro Acryl is the way the paint likes to dry in and around that. So that playlist ending, I know it's been 2 hours. Give me a minute. I'm going to run an ad, take a break, and I will be just back here in just a minute. Okay, guys? Just staying on schedule. Where's the things? There's that. There. Alright, welcome back. Subs aren't watching ads, I'm sure. Sam, how you doing? Doing well? You working on some stuff tonight, or you just kind of hanging out? Almost done with it? Gotcha. Nice. So that should be the end of the ads. Welcome back. Just ran down, go grab me a little pop. These Cayman Jack things. These are dangerous. They're so good. I bought, I don't know, about 2 boxes of it for Cinco de Drinko. Yeah, yummy stuff. So yeah, back on here, like I said, working on the. Let me catch up the first colors on the weapons since I'd done the black. What, Drago, if you're still there. Sorry I had to run the ad, but I really needed to pee, so I definitely had to get out of here for a minute. What exactly are you slap chop painting? Much as I hate the term, like I get it, it's just an easy reference of basically you're doing a dry brush synthol. Are you doing it with Battletech models, or are you working on your 40K stuff or something? Just Battletech. It's I don't know. Maybe I guess if you have a bunch of them and you want to just burn through them, I wouldn't have thought of doing that technique for Battletech. Generally speaking, a lot of the stuff that I do, I don't get to go down and do those kind of projects. More and more as I continue painting and progressing, I'm trying to do projects like this where it lets me be more expressive and work my way through a project how I want, instead of just being a paint by numbers kind of thing. Now, granted, I still have some paint by numbery kind of projects out there, but at least those have been the projects that I set up the paint by numbers. Like I've got a Necron project that I'll be working on this week off stream. That it's definitely like the customer mailed all of his paints that he's been working on it with, and like there's a part of me I'm just like, I don't mind working with your paints, and I don't mind painting your scheme, but trying to match other people's work is kind of a pain in the ass. So it's also just kind of just not enjoyable, but it's just one of them deals where it's just part of the job kind of thing. Like I said, but those are the kind of deals I'm probably trying to get away from some of that stuff, if I don't have to. Like having people send me stuff, just like, here, paint how you want. Like I've got one of the guys I regularly paint for. We're speaking to him tonight, and he's sending me some more Zinch stuff. And all of his demon stuff, which, by the way, his demon stuff is stuff that, as far as like ITC battle score, he got best painted overall demons last year. Or not overall, he got best painted, not best overall for hobby tracks. It's like, I don't know. It's not, some of it's ego, but some of it's just like I don't enjoy painting to match very often. So it's kind of just one of those things where it's let me just do my thing painting, right? But I get it. Some people, that's all they want is just, hey, I've got this that I've already had done. And so like some of the paint by number matching stuff that I've had has truly been like, hey, I've been through several other commission people and now I just want my project done. Can you do it? And I'm, yeah, absolutely. Like, I started off commission painting under the premise of just wanting to help people get models on the table. So and I forget that sometimes. So, but after doing hundreds, even thousands of models, sometimes it's just like, yay, another cliche whatever model, the same thing. GW wasn't on the list of stuff. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I come and go. Like, I hate their business practices and how they treat people. Like, we're talking about that. Like, so Zaylin was wanting me to do one of the new Lion models. Okay, cool. Let's grab one and let's paint it up, right? But at the same time, then they're like, oh, by the way, we don't know how many we're putting out there. We don't know how many, stores don't know how many they're getting. It's just the way they treat their customers. It's just a hype machine. And I get it. They're in the business of making money based around a game, but they clearly cannot provide the product to their customers at the rate that they put it out there. They have issues in that regard, and it's frustrating. For the painters, for the clients, for anybody. But, as a business or not, fine, whatever. But they do make some really cool models. They've got some products out there that are just really fantastic sculpts. But their pricing sucks, too. And that's a thing, too. Like, if I'm, like, when I meet new people that just want to come into Wargame and stuff, I'm like, hey, look, Battletech's fucking excellent. You can play with jelly beans. You don't have to have their fucking models. Hell, even like with this, like I'm doing a 3D printed model as part of this project. Battletech doesn't care. Whereas you show up with a 3D printed model at a GW event, man, you might be asked to leave. You definitely will be from their stores. I like the Marvel stuff. I just haven't had time to paint much of it. So I think, partially since it's out, but since I want to use it, I'm going to run with, I'm going to do a blue cockpit area. Need a slightly darker blue. Dark blue. Just trying to stipple up a little bit inside here. Sure, that's quite hard to see. Give me a second here. We'll get refocus here. And once that set of boxes goes away, totally understand wanting to be expressive since you're a commissioned parent. Yeah, I mean, it's sometimes it's just, you know, there's only so much you can do, right? But so, like I said, here's where we're going with that cockpit deal. And I've got, speaking of the new Pro Acrylic colors, that's what I'm messing with on the white palette. This is the new blue white. There's too much on the brush. Okay, you see I went a little too hard on the paint there, so I'm going to try and bring that back here real quick. A little better. But if you wonder why I'm looking that way, I have a 2K camera here or a 2K monitor that's attached to that camera, so I can see better exactly what I'm looking at sometimes. There's kind of a blob up at the top in there. I think I could use that. Considering what it looks like with the naked eye, like back here, it's kind of whatever. There's one little area in there I'm not really, I'm just getting fiddly over it. My Skoda. Put it up. I did. Here. I don't know why I'm... It's just because it's a different color. No, they're not. For me, like, I think the near up vision is fine. I just try not to, and I've got some of the nerd goggles. Like, if I really want to get into it, like, I can, you know, throw these things on and give it the old what for, how to. And what's got me off is, so I'm seeing it now. I didn't really see on the monitor. They're You zoom in here. And what's got me off on the monitor is right in there, because this is a metal model, there's a little ridge in the metal right about through the middle of that lens. And I see it on here, and what that does is that ridge makes the light look... The light is bouncing off the ridge, it's not actually where the paint was fucked up. Like, the paint was probably fine, I didn't have to go through the last 5 minutes of shit. But, actually, give me that back. But we're coming along pretty good here. I want to go just a touch brighter on the metallic areas. Yeah, well, it's not flash. It's just these shitty old pewter models. They just, they're not great. And to be quite honest, I haven't worked on a metal model other than like there were 2 metal guard models that I had a couple weeks ago that I didn't know I had to do them. And like I don't even have the metal. I don't have metal files anymore for cleaning up metal models because I haven't done them in so long. Like, I probably have some in here somewhere, but hell if I know where. Yeah, so yeah, they were definitely metal. That's all War Machine knows is metal. I think that's one of the reasons War Machine kind of fell off the face of the map. The fact that they never came out with plastics for the whole line. I know there's more to it than that regarding what happened with War Machine, but plastic is just kind of what people demand anymore. I mean, like I said, even someone, it's obviously there's no reason to carry around metal files for 20 plus years like I would have had if I had my original ones from when I was younger, but up until 2 years ago, I had another. I have my cup of stuff. Oh, actually, speaking of, I was about to say they might be in here. Here's one of them from God knows how long ago. There's needles for airbrushes that I forgot were in here, so I need to go through my dry brush cup, pick out things I need. Yeah. I think War Machine, had they come out with a plastic line, probably could have stuck around a little bit longer. Although, I don't know, there was like some rule stuff, like when it went from War Machine to Hordes and then they merged the two. I don't know, like I said, I don't know the whole story. But I know things didn't go well for them when they did that. So speaking of not 40K stuff that's enjoyable to paint, I actually have a... Have you heard of the gacha game called Epic 7? I actually have a client to do that, and I've been streaming some of the gameplay from Epic 7 because I started playing it just because, you know, call it market research, right? And I needed a mobile game I felt like playing anyway. I've stuck with it now that I've played and got what I wanted out of it for screenshots and stuff. But it's got just a cool gameplay to it. Like I used to play Summoner's War years ago, and it was okay. But you felt like you could spend $100 on Summoner's War and not realize you'd gotten anything and spent money on it. Whereas this, you'll definitely... Like you spend $100 and you'd summon $100 worth of heroes. You'll have cool new heroes to play with and mess with. But anyway, so I got a client that's got me doing this anime style board game based off this video game. So I'm really looking forward to messing with it. But I'm not opening it until I get through some other projects. And there already is. I have the models here. There's already Epic 7 minis. They did a Kickstarter for the board game at one point. Yeah, here. Give me a sec. I'm going to let those colors dry anyway. So this is their game. I've got the dude did the full shabam, so he's got all of them. So you got these starting 8 heroes, pretty cool pieces. Then they added these They added these plastic stand-ups, which cool, I guess, that lets you play more. But yeah, so all this, right? Not a bad deal. Then you've got this guy here, which unfortunately he sent this miniature off to someone else. I don't have this one. He sent it off to someone else, and the guy's been stringing him along. Yeah, so he's told me he spent $40,000 to $50,000 on it. He wailed hard over the last, not in 1 year. It's over several years. He's, but still, even if it's 10 grand a year over 4 years or 5 years, that's a lot of fucking money for a mobile game. Yeah, so just all these other deals. Tamarine, she's a really good healer. Ravi, I can't pull this to save my life. Then you have this other whole string of miniatures. More heroes. More bad guys. Other heroes. I'm really looking forward to this. This is like my favorite character, Arbiter Vildred. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing him. Then you got all this other tchotchke kind of whatever stuff. Then you have more miniatures that they brought out with. I have all this. I'm looking forward to it, right? So that's something we're going to be doing. So for pings of your wife, you... So I'm not an anime person, but I really enjoy this stupid fucking mobile game. And I say I'm not an anime person, but so a buddy of mine, he got me into the what's that series? Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon or whatever? He just started buying the books and leaving them here at the house. So I started reading them. So now I'm like, where's the next book? And he's recently done the same. I don't know if you're an anime person or not, but so he's recently left. It's called 86. He left 3 books for 86 here. Didn't even own a couple of the pair after. And I'm like, okay. So I read all 3 books last weekend. You finished it off? Cool. Throw them pictures in the Discord when you get some time, man. If you feel like sharing. So anyway, yeah, so I started reading 86 and really enjoyed the first 3 books, so I bought the next 2, and then he says he's got 6 through 11. So I'm like, all right, cool. All right, Sammy. We'll have a look here in a minute. Let me get through a bit of white that we're working on here. Fuck, I know I was about to hit that. Damn it. Speaking of Kickstarter, dude, there's so many other, like, as I look around, there's so many other games of stuff I want to pay. Dude, did you know there's a board game for Deep Rock Galactic? I love me some dwarves, so I'm going to have to find Deep Rock Galactic, or at least parts of it, and play that shit. Battletech Merc Kickstarter? Okay. Alright, I don't want to get too much more. No way. Dude, legend. Legend in the house. Holy shit, really? Sir Faust, hello, my friend. I've never met you, but thank you so much for all your tutorials. I learned a massive fuck ton over the years watching your videos. Guys, if you guys don't know Dr. Faust Painting, literal legend within the painting community. He's been around on YouTube for, what, 8-10 years? Long time. Thank you so much, Doctor. How you doing? What were you working on tonight? We're just over here painting a little metal turtle from Battletech. Leaf Storm 420. How you doing? Raid job in the house. Omni Ming. Thank you for the chat. How are y'all doing? Waiting for the man, the myth, to say something. Hello. There he is. Been on YouTube 87 years. Yeah, man, you know. How you doing, man? Seriously, like, big real smile. Like, surprised you. It's like we were talking about Kenny Boucher earlier, like raiding in several months ago. Like, that's a hit, man. Hey, welcome. Nice to meet you. My name's Tim. I paint full time. COVID pushed me in this position out of my old job, and just slinging paint, enjoying life. Hey, YouTube's not that old. The Battletech Mercenary Kickstarter was a huge success. Oh yeah. Okay, so I saw them on their Facebook page. They were talking about that, and they only wanted like 1.5 mil or 1 mil to push it front, but they had all these goals and they kept stretching out. Yeah. So so you bought into that. Awesome. You backed it. Do you have a link to the Kickstarter on it? I'm curious to see what it is. If it's anything, it seems like every time I back a Kickstarter, it never goes through. Because I just want to get obscure shit, usually. That's why. YouTube's not that old. Yeah, no, YouTube's not that old, man. Man, people make fun of my name for being so long. How did you get Dr. Faust Miniature Paint Clinic? You might have the longest YouTube name ever. Our not YouTube, Twitch name. Yeah. Couldn't fit the S. Well, welcome in. Thank you for the raid so much. I love being part of the long name club. We're going to start working on the base. We'll go with a little bit of gold run. So, Doc, since you're here, what's your opinion on the Pro Acryl paints? I'll be quite honest, I've spent a lot of time early on in the last decade watching some of your stuff, along with like Kenny and stuff like that. I don't really recall you ever saying, this is my brand, yes or no kind of thing. Do you have one? I switched into Pro Acryl about 2 years ago and just really love it. Now, like anybody else that paints, I've got every brand known to man up here on the shelves, but Pro Acryl's definitely become one of my go-tos, and one that I actually keep everything stocked all the time. What are you working on tonight anyway? I don't know. Is Monument Hobbies tied to it? There will be Somerset Strikers Force Pack feature the mechs from the show, including the brand new sculpts for the Mauler and the Tom. Okay. I don't know. Is Monument Hobbies tied to Creature Caster? I don't know if they are or not. It seems like a thing that maybe, but I'm not sure. It's this stuff. I mean, actually, as I show you on Signature Series, the Ninja Signature Series, since they tied into him and what's his name, Vince Venturella, another YouTube legend. I don't think Vince does any streaming. If he does, he probably does it on Twitch or on YouTube. How do you? I'm curious. If you don't mind expressing your opinions, how do you feel about the future of Twitch and YouTube and all that going on? Like, as someone new from the content side of things, I'm apprehensive to put the work into YouTube because it just doesn't seem like it used to be what it did, you know, a long time ago. Like, I don't know, 12, 15 years ago, I had a pretty good sized channel that was just doing Minecraft stuff, but that's a whole different deal versus this. I mean, I've seen, obviously, you know, Liam over at Phoenix Miniature Arts, Guy from Midwinter Minis. Like, there's plenty of people always producing content coming up on there. I'm just curious, like, how you feel about the future of YouTube is. Thanks, man. I'm gonna have a look at that. I'm gonna leave that up over the side over here. I'll check that out after the fact. You haven't played much? Gotcha. By the way, just thinking about that, I hope you weren't recording all the fucking fanboyiness. Like, that's probably the closest I get to doing that. Of all the people I've met in real life, it's always way more chill, but it's just the, like, reading the name, I was like, oh, hey, they came in. Welcome. Probably still possible pre-order. Once they open it. Okay. Yeah, I'll have a look at it. I mean, like I said, I need more Battletech minis. Like, I need another hole in my head. I've got probably, like I said, at least 60 of them, and I've only painted 4 of them for myself so far. And then, like, I was painting the 4 of them with the idea of that myself and a friend could play a 2v2 kind of around the house, only to realize I painted 3... I think I painted 3 Inner Sphere and 1 Claner, so it was like, technically those don't play together, so paint another. And then I just kind of never really had time to go back to painting things for myself. Like, I painted one model for myself this year. Last year I painted 4. Actually 5. Because I painted a Bellicor that we gave away that I ended up owning after we gave it away at an event. And then the 4 Battletech minis. I painted a single Necron for myself this year. Which, we're going to rectify that here over the next month. Probably here in the next week. I'm going to be pulling out at least 100 warriors, because the way they're looking for the rules for Necrons, you'll be able to go really heavy into warriors, which is fine, considering I own about 200. Yeah, commission painter troubles. Oh, poor me, I never have time to paint my own toys. Paint everybody else's stuff. I mean, it's truth of the matter is, right? So up until end of Friday, I could have said I painted an Angron for myself. I technically did, but I always painted it with the intention of it selling. And it finally sold off my Etsy shop, like my first ever Etsy sale. So I was quite happy about that. So this is just corkboard over top of this, by the way, that I've ran the Vallejo texture paste over. I'm just doing a really loose, dry brushy kind of thing. Letting it pick up over top of the ledges. Dry brushing without a dry... It's a really wet dry brush. I don't know what you'd call this technique. My lazy shit painting. But... it'll work out. Yeah, with I really hated 9th edition. I was playing a bit in 9th, and then when the Night Codex came out, I hated that they kind of forced you into... Like, I liked playing Baby Knights, and then they forced you into needing to do Big Knights to be as escorts to get to buff them. So I wasn't a fan of that. And then they made it to where you pretty much needed an Abacus to play Knights. Like, I hated... Like, there's one thing to math hammer and stuff like that, but it's different between math hammering to build your perfect list versus math hammering to keep track of who's got what buffs and how it scales, and I don't know, it's just frustrating. So hopefully with the way they're taking 40k now and dumbing down the rules again, getting rid of some stratagems will be nice. Probably do one more color on there. I'll have to find, I've got tufts buried around somewhere. I'll tuft this guy up before the end. Let's get a little bit of that leather brown. Blow him under the desk real quick. Obviously, safe to say, coming up on the 3-hour mark and working on the base, we're about to wrap up for the night. Probably jump on. I started playing a little bit of thanks for the lurk. Talk to you next time. Probably play a little Anno 1800. I bought it first week of March. Jargo with the follow. Appreciate you. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the chat. Have you tried both Classic Battletech and Upstrike? So, stupid us. Like, when I first... So, I bought the Alpha Strike box, and we were trying to play it. I had a bunch of the minis. I bought the Alpha Strike box. There was something else we needed, and it didn't come in it. I don't remember what it was. Maybe it was like data sheets or something like that. Oh, it was the weapon profiles. So when I had a buddy of mine was here at the house, and we were just kind of like, cool, let's just try and figure this out real quick. And we literally opened the box and dug into it right there. Leaf Storm, another follow. Thank you, bud. And once we realized we didn't have the weapon profiles, and that one of us should probably sit down and read the rules before we try and play, because we only had a couple hours of hanging out, goofing off that day. it was definitely one of those situations of, okay, we'll try this again, and we never really tried again, unfortunately. So my buddy, Cody, that was here, he lives about an hour and a half away. So we ended up playing a little bit of Adeptus Titanicus that day because he had brought his AT stuff. And he showed me some of that, and then that fell into obviously me liking it. So now I have a bunch of unpainted Adeptus Titanicus models. Alright, I think I like that. Kind of like where we're at there. I'm going to go back into the grays that I used and just kind of punch in around the side of this to have it look like it's that rocky face kind of look. Without highlighting the fact that, hey, it's just chunk of cork glued onto the base. Yeah, so I got Alpha Strike, and then I've got Alpha Strike, then I got another box that's probably, I don't know, yay big, and then four other boxes, which are the size above this one, and then I have, looks like 5 of these kind of boxes. So these are the these ones. The Inner Sphere, Fire Lance, and some of the others. I like this one here, the 35731. I know I've got that one. And then someone gave me a scrap box a few weeks ago, just as for fun, and I got a dire wolf or a daishi, depending on what you want to call it. So that was going to be my first welcome back into Battletech, but this has been sitting out, getting dusty and dirty for 4 weeks now. So I was like, screw it, I got these other ones, we'll just build it. Yeah, the force packs, the problem is, so like going into it, not knowing what I was doing, I just grabbed boxes, opened them up, and started putting texture paste on the bases, primed them. Then I'm like, oh shit, I didn't bother to separate them, Clan versus Inner Sphere. So, stooge move on my part. Love me some goat screams. Welcome in. Brush Licker, as I was just licking. And then Icy Masky, thank you guys for the follow. At this point, I'm just swirling in all the grays, making up a loose dry brush color for the... I'm not really dry brushing, I'm just kind of... I don't want the exact same colors that I did around the body of this. Just giving it that... accentuating that there's a rocky ledge there. Oi, buddy boy. How you doing, buddy boy? How are you doing, good sir? You were offline before I got back the other day. I blame you for not streaming long enough. Otherwise, I'd have caught you and been back and hanging out. Just got up. Welcome up. Good morning, good sir. You guys want to go give Buddy a follow? He's a buddy of the stream. Pun intended. You finished your dread? Nice, nice. I'm sure I'll, if you've got pictures up on Instagram, I'm sure I'll see it during toilet time later on. Yeah, we're doing a little bit of Battletech today. This is it's a turtle, obviously. So, in Discord, okay. We're get this all ready to go. I literally was just wrapping this guy up and dropping it again for like the millionth time. I need to get a clear coat on this deal. Dude, this has reminded me why I dislike painting metal miniatures. Because every time you have just a little fauble like that, there's touch-ups. So you gloss, then matte. Why do it twice? Hello, hello. Hello, Ice. Gonna head out. Gonna go play some Star Wars and Jedi now. Gotcha. Gloss protection, modifier. You don't feel the matte gives the protection? Or you just want that doubled up? Sam, thanks for hanging out. We'll catch you again. As always. By the way, Sam, in June, whether before or after 10th comes, will be the next barbecue, man. Give me your opinion, Sam. Would you prefer a goodbye 9th or a hello 10th event? Personally, I feel like a hello 10th is going to be more fun, but some people really don't like that it's changing. You don't feel the matte protects properly? Okay. The gloss does build a little bit better, it seems. But I think some of that's just a perception of the fact that you can see the depth because of the reflection. Shit. You go between for satin. Just been working on FedCom Lance. Been doing a Banshee. Got you. Well, so we got this one tonight. I'm about to wrap up. I only plan on doing 3 hours. Also, when it gets shiny, you know, yeah. When it goes too shiny, now it depends on the client. Some clients like that high gloss stuff. Personally, I like the matte feel. So we've got this guy tonight, and my schedule is going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I'm in Dallas, so we're going to go about 8 or 9 o'clock CST until I'm done. I'm just going to pick a figure, and we're working on that Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then on the weekends I'll do either Epic Saturday or Epic Sunday, depending on what the soccer schedule's like with our home team and, you know, my wife's schedule of dragging me around doing things. But I've got these other 4 for a client to do. I've got this one for myself to do, and then I've got 50 or 60 others. My goal this month, ironically, I have a Necron commission that I'm working on this week off stream, and then I want to get at least 3,000 points of my own Necrons painted this month. So that way, well, between now and when 10th comes. So between now and end of June. But yep, so we're doing Battletech this week. There's 5 models. Now the plan was kind of get through all 5 over 3 streams, but it is what it is. I'll carry them into next week if necessary, or I'll just do them offline, depending on what else we got to do. Later on this month, we also have a Necron command barge I got to get done. I've got a knight which knight? I don't remember the Chaos version. Basically, it's the Dominus class, but it's going to be the Chaos version. I've green stuffed and done some panel shaving and stuff on it. We'll be doing that live next week sometime. Although the owner of that just hit me up and said he's got a bunch of Tzeentch demon stuff, and y'all know how much I love painting me some demons. So, that will be a thing. Y'all got anybody you want to go see? Is there anyone who has a channel to go see? I don't know who's on right now. Usually, Magical Hack is on. Oh, let me turn my own stream down. Looks like Drax just went live. JT Stark just went live. Do y'all have any thoughts or cares? Oh, this isn't actually. I don't actually know anyone with Battletech either. I'm only streaming on Battletech tonight because I was painting it. These are just other painters. I mean, we can look at Battletech. Maybe find someone new. Is that a thing? I just don't want to go into someone playing the Battletech game. Oh. Well, it looks like I'm the only one actually, like, painting. There's 2 people playing Battletech game. Yeah, you did just get lucky. Well, if y'all don't have anyone you really want to go to, follow 2 raids into new BT painters to follow. Nice. Yeah, that's what I was looking to see if there's anyone else painting Battletech by chance, because everybody else just kind of is doing their own thing. Most people are on as Warhammer. Yeah, like I was looking at Teal Skyer. Teal Skyer is doing a bust. Everybody else is doing something Warhammer related. Buddy, do you have anybody you want to go into? I mean, I can just go into JT. I never get to raid into JT, so. Everybody that followed, thank you. Dr. Faust, you're still here. Appreciate the raid. Nice getting to digitally meet you and speak to you for once. We also have Icy Masky, Brushlicker, Drago Leaf, Zamora, Dr. Refutable, The Dork Depot, Demon Speed, and Gareth all followed, and Gareth Assel with the raid. Casey and Zaylin with the subs tonight. So let's go see JT. Yep, we'll catch you guys Wednesday night.